sticky situation, situation sticky, sticky situation, situation sticky. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, A Sticky Situation. I am Tyra, aka Sticky, and today I am coming through with a little motivational um, video. It's not a review, as I've stated in the last couple of videos. My channel is going to be about more than just product reviews. Um, it's my purpose. The product reviews are even ways that I feel like I am helping, and that always feels like more of my purpose is to help and to heal and to teach and to use my life as an example of how to level up, I guess. Right now, if you guys can see, I am in Clearwater Beach, Florida on vacation with my children, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. We're staying at the beach front, no, the Barefoot Beach Resort, and it's like right on the water, and the beach is across the street. And I'm just out here in front of our rooms up there, and I'll do a review separate on them as far as where I'm staying, because I actually kind of like it. I love the Golden Girls, and it just reminds me of the Golden Girls. But I wanted to come out here and do a video just to, give a little bit of motivation and to talk about creating your own reality. Even how this trip has come about was me speaking it into existence and making a choice. I wrote down what I wanted for my children. I wanted pretty much an all expense paid in one beach trip for my children. Now, mind you, I wrote this down a few years ago, and I wanted to be under $1,000, and wanted to be easy and simple and all of those things. I wrote out exactly what I wanted. That's how it always starts with me, is me having the idea, the thought, setting the intention, writing it out, exactly how I want it to come about, and just watching it unfold, being patient, because like I said, this has been a few years ago that I wrote that down, and here I am. That's how everything is in my life. And sometimes, I still falter in it and still get impatient, and still there's things that don't come as quickly as I like, and I still worry sometimes about things. And the difference is that I catch myself where I used to just fall into that worry and be full of anxiety. Now I catch myself, and I know how to get back into that alignment. But I want everyone to understand, when I speak about creating a reality and the words, choosing those words that you speak over your life. Like, I speak prosperity and abundance and love over my life continuously, and that's what I teach my children. So that's first and foremost the most important thing that you want to have, is speaking the right words, or good words, or positive words, whatever word you want to use over your life. I make sure I never speak any lack. I never speak any things of hate and things of that nature. Any of those low vibrating things, I just don't speak into my life. And I always try to find the blessing in everything, because life truly is of your own making. I mean, the Bible speaks of it, and all religious text speaks of how you create your own reality, and the words you speak and the thoughts you think help mold that. Everything is created from a thought first. In the Bible it says, in the beginning, God spoke. He spoke. And so before he spoke, I'm sure there was a thought, that this was going to happen, or this is what I want to happen. And the same thing's for us, because if we are a spark of the Creator, we have that same power to speak things over our lives and for them to happen. I think a lot of times, though, that we just get tripped up in the waiting period of everything, and that's where it gets a little rough. But it's possible. my life is just such an example. After my mother passed, I just knew that I wanted a different life. And even before then, I can look back and see where the tides were changing for me. And I just knew that what I was currently doing, I didn't want to do anymore, you know? Like, I wanted something different. I didn't just want to exist and endure life. I wanted to live it like to its fullest and experience all the beauty that comes with it, you know? And I watched people around me, you know, just go to work and pay bills and raise kids. And those things are beautiful. As far as the raising kids, it's absolutely a blessing to be able to have those little people that call me mama, you know. But it was about more than that. I wanted to know, who's Tyra? And so I had to get to really, 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 really know me. And that process, goodness gracious, they call it what is it? Dark something of the night. In a lot of self-help circles, they have a term for that period. I call it valley experiences. When you're in the valley of your life and you're down there and it's lonely and it's bleak and you feel like you're gonna lose all hope, but that's where you really get to know yourself and you get to know your creator. That's what happened to me. I'll share more stories about some of the things that I've experienced, but that valley experience, that's where I got to know me, and I got to really learn to listen to my own intuition and my own spark and what truly makes me happy. Not just that surface level happy, because I like material things, don't get me wrong, but it was like, what if all of that went away? What makes me truly, truly happy? And this is one of them, making these videos. Like, I really love making these videos. I don't know why. I just do. And so, you know, that was one of the things, and stepping out of my comfort zone in that, because this takes a certain level of courage to get on here and share parts of yourself in your life. And like, look, I'm out here looking all greasy and whatnot, but I don't care. I just still want to share the video with people and be encouraging and help anybody. I don't care if that's what it's supposed to be, because that's what my intuition, that's what my gut tells me I need to do in sharing my story. A few years ago, probably, well, not even a few, it's probably, now it's been about 7 years ago, one of the thoughts in my intuition, spirit, whatever you want to call it, told me was, share your story, Tyra. Share your story, you know, share it. You know, the exact words were, feed my sheep. And I'm like, oh goodness, I don't know about all of that. I mean, tell people my personal, deep, dark things, and what am I feeding them? Not me, you know. I just don't feel equipped. But it's so untrue. And I have found that the more that I open up and I share, the more sweeter my life has become. And I get comments from people like on my Instagram, a Sticky Situation 77, and on my Facebook, of how people like my videos, or they like things that I post, and it's encouraging and it helps them get through and know that it'll be okay. And so in that, if for no other reason, I'll do it, because that feels good. That feels good. That feels like purpose. That feels like when this is all said and done and I transition from this life, I'll have done some good, you know. I've done some good and had a good time doing it. You know, I've had such a wonderful time. And it all has started with a thought. It all has started with a thought that I'm going to do this different. I'm going to have a different life experience than my mother did. Or I'm going to do things completely different. And it started with a thought. It started with intention and just following my path, not anybody else's path, you know. I think my mother would roll over in her grave if she knew some of my beliefs now and the things that I speak. And a lot of people in my circle, as far as my family and whatnot, I don't feel like I'm supported, but that's okay. It's not for them. I don't need the accolades and people cheering me on. so to speak. I'm doing this because this is what makes me feel good and what makes me feel like I'm doing life, Sticky's life, you know? So I just want to encourage everyone to get real intentional, get real serious about how you want your life to be. What do you want for you? And, sit down, journal. I journal every single day. I meditate every day. And I check in with myself first and foremost. And I pray. And I ask myself, how do you want this day to be? What do we want going on? And like I say, I still falter because sometimes I am future based. It is hard for me to stay present a lot of times, but it's just getting back into that alignment, bringing myself back into that present moment. Like, I'm here right now. This is all that I have. That future that I think that is coming and it's going to be doomsday, it doesn't exist, only in my head. And if that's what I keep thinking, I can create that. I can create it. So let's create something else. But let's stay here in this present moment right now and enjoy what we currently have. What's our current reality, And that current reality is going to help shape and mold that future reality. And so just get intentional about what you want and learn to speak the words and thoughts over your life that you want to see. We all want to be loved. We want to be able to travel and get houses and things of that nature. God wants us abundant and prosperous. I mean, you're a better witness when you're prosperous. You can't really witness and do real good without the abundance. So he wants those things for you, and that's okay. But you got to get intentional, right? You got to get serious about it. It's your story. It's your story. You can write a beautiful story. I'm going to finish off with something that has stuck with me since I was a teenager. And I'll end after this story just to let you know how powerful words can be over someone's life. In the 9th grade, Mrs. Grubb was my English teacher. And nobody really liked Miss Grubb. I did. I was always that kid that liked the teachers probably that no one else liked. But I adored Miss Grubb because she was eccentric. Let's just put it that way. And she was the type of teacher that could come off as gruff or as mean, but I think our spirits recognized each other, and I don't know, we just vibed with each other. And anyway, it's 9th grade English, and one day Mrs. Grubb hands me an envelope, and she tells me, give this to your parents. And I'm like, okay, what is this? I knew I wasn't in trouble because, I made a good grade in Miss Grubb's English class. And so I get the letter. And, of course, me being nosy, I was going to read the letter before my parents get it. But in the letter, I don't remember it word for word, but in it, she says that Tyra is a joy to have in my class. And when she speaks, people listen. She has a commanding voice, and she goes on to say other things. And all these years later, I remember those words that Miss Grubb spoke over my life, that she spoke and wanted to share with my parents about their child, their quiet child, their introverted, insecure, chubby, feeling unloved youngest child. This lady saw something in me that no one had ever said before, that when I speak, people listen, and I have a commanding voice, and I'm a joy to be in her classroom. Here I am, almost 42 years old. So I've been out of 9th grade a long time, but those words still resonate with me. And they come up from time to time when I want to forget my own power. Those words that Miss Grubb spoke over my life, that when I speak, people listen. And that's coming true. I just had to believe it. She had already spoken over my life. I had to believe it. So not only speaking over your own life, what's the words that you speak over the people around you? I speak nothing but prosperity and abundance and all good things over my children. That's just how powerful it is. All these years later, Mrs. Grubb's words come true. I speak. People are listening. I have a commanding voice. Thoughts, words we speak, intentional, creating your own reality. It's all within you. It's all within you. You can manifest anything you want in your life. Just choose the words. Just choose the words and choose the thoughts. And you cultivate those thoughts and those words and you nourish them and watch them flourish. Watch them flourish. I'm living proof. Alrighty, everyone. I thank you so much for joining me this morning in this beautiful weather here in Clearwater, Florida. And I got more stuff coming. I always say that. I hope you guys saw my Spider-Man video before this as far as the review of that clip. I'm so excited about that movie. Got some other things coming up. I've met a wonderful guy. That video, I'm going to wait and share with you guys because that one is a doozy. That one is a big doozy in how I manifested that one. I can't wait to share. And then, of course, I'm almost done with my liners. Look at my teeth. I'm so excited. I got to tell you guys how that came about. And I didn't have to pay anything. That's just how good this all is as far as speaking it and that patience. I can't say it enough. Life is so delicious, and I hope you are having a delicious and wonderful day. And until the next video, in the meantime, in between time, you guys take care. Bye-bye.